are in a mess, and if they lose today, it will be their ninth. The last win came against Sirvadam Sports Club, and since then they found it difficult to replicate that winning template as they play their last game of the season. And the head coach of Odisha Police, Shraddhanjali Samantarai, a local superhero who has represented the senior India women's football team in the past, credits State Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik for all the sporting progression. The only credit for the development of sports goes to the Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik and the Odisha government, who are trying to develop all kinds of sports here. And the upcoming FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, which is going to be held, is an opportunity for many players to show their best, and Kalinga Stadium is one of the primary venues. And when used to play, she did not have such facilities, but now everything has changed, and she feels every parent should allow their children to play the sport they like and make a career out of it. And well, Shraddhanjali Samantare, she spoke to us before the last game. Let's hear what she has to say.
एक्चुअली ये लास्ट मैच है, हम लोग पूरा फोकस करेंगे कि हमारा लास्ट मैच हम लोग 3 पॉइंट्स लेके जाएं, इसलिए हम लोग प्रिपेयर होके आए हैं.
And how has been the experience of IWL for your girls?
एक्चुअली प्लेयर्स, बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स हैं जो फर्स्ट टाइम IWL खेल रहे हैं, तो इनको एक ये बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म था. आगे जाके इन लोग जितना सारा एक्सपीरियंस इधर से लेके जा रहे हैं, आगे जाके इनको स्टेट टीम प्लस नेशनल टीम और आगे प्रोफेशनल क्लब में खेलने का चांस मिलेगा. यही एक बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म है बच्चों के.
And now let's get into the team news straight away of Odisha Police, and they've made 2 changes and are coming on the back of a 5-2 defeat against SSB Women Football Club. And their defense has a big task on hand this morning, and they have faced a total of 65 shots on target, which has made it difficult to keep clean sheets. In this game though, they need improvement in how the midfield operates, and Lochana Munda has done well in her advanced role, and she is their biggest creative threat apart from Sonia Eka, of course, the attacker who can pull out trick after trick from her bag. And it will take time for the police to recover from that big loss, and time being the key word in this short format. And while everything has not gone according to plan, a win this morning spurred on by Karishma will be very welcoming. And this is the bench: Sarojini Tirke, Samad and Shubhadra Nayak on the bench for Odisha Police this morning. And Sarojini Tirke, the number 9, is going to be the big name, of course. This is the Hunt side. The champions of Delhi are still in search of their first win of the campaign in the last game of the season, and will be pushing for the first 3 points, as their coach Darshana expressed her views ahead of the game and said that they will be aiming at bagging 3 points for sure. They started the journey with a lot of challenges in front of them, but are feeling positive for the last game of the season. Speaking about the season so far, Darshana added that they are here to see growth in their team, and it has been a great learning experience so far, and with each and every game they wish to do better than the previous and welcome the last game as more opportunities, and for that to happen they need to start delivering from this game. And well, Darshana, the head coach of Hans, also spoke to us ahead of this game. Let's hear from her.
Very excited for this game. To play against Odisha Police, we were waiting for a week because we have planned accordingly. We know their players. Today we're going to give some of our young talents chances to come out there and perform and excel today. We have definitely been thinking about this game in terms of winning and getting the points for us. That is one thing that we have not achieved in this game, is one win, and we are hoping we get that W today.
Hans Women's Football Club are going with a 4-4-2. As you can see, Darshana going with a safe and sound 4-4-2 formation, and the Namrata pulled off stunning saves during the last game, and so she is the obvious pick. But as it so happens in football, it is the attackers who will probably take away the plaudits today, and Jyoti Barrett will look to continue her decent form, and she will relish the big stage along with the supporting cast of Lakshmi Verma and Anita. Huns losing their game by 5-0, and now it's up to them to show some courage. They're gonna play a very crucial role, and Huns Women's Football Club today needs more than just a silver lining. Where Muskan Khan, Sana Chanu, Anushka are the options for Huns this morning, and most of them will be looking to get few minutes in the last game of the season. And well, the referee for today's game is Monica Jana, and she's going to be assisted by Sujata Palit and Basudev Pal. The fourth official for today's game is Ruba Devi, and match commissioner Adley Costa. And Odisha Police will be looking to end the season with a win, and that will take them to 9 points, but they will remain 10th. And Hunts women will be looking to end their season at least with a point on board. This is Gokulam Kerala and Setu Madurai will be locking horns tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. and that is one of the most high headline fixture of round 11. And Odisha Police are coming into this at the back of a 5-2 defeat against SSB in the last game, and both teams separated by 3 points. And few of the fans will be keeping an eye on this on a live feed, only on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team and on Eurosport. Both the teams getting ready to walk into the pitch. And well, Sadhanjali Samantare, she was frustrated within the first 15 minutes in the previous game. And after those quick fire double, some local voices, she will hope they get behind her team. And Sarojini Tirke, she has created 4 scoring chances, but surprisingly left out for this one. Samantare deciding to test her reserve bench. This is the referee with the 2 skippers, Jyoti Barrett of Hunts and Sumitra of Odisha Police. One plays at the heart of central defense and the other one is an attacker, as we get ready with match number 61 at the Capital Ground in Bhubaneswar. And the Hunts Women Football Club, they know very well, even against SSB Football Club, it was a case of nervous passing and a nearly moment for Sarojini Tirke from Suman's cross. And it is a case of young players, of course, not just for Odisha Police but also for Hunts. Darshana, the coach, sticks to the principles of defending deep and hitting teams on the break. And they have got a different spot in terms of kit, but hopefully the same fervor of supporting this football team as the team gets ready for the last game. And so much spoken about Odisha Police. If you've been listening to this feed, even a word on Hunts and the front two, that they have young players. Vani Kalucha, the number 36 for Hunts, plays on the right hand side to keep an eye out on. She is very, very young, only 14 years old, the youngest player probably in the Hero Indian Women's League's history. And good to see a lot of youngsters emerging through this tournament. Showing early signs of making something big in the future. And so AFC Women's Club Championship dream still remains a dream, but the Hero Indian Women's League dreams can see an easier route to reality if Hunts come back stronger next season. And the same things are of course at stake for Odisha Police. And Hunts women got to show that they are no pushovers. And they will look to put away that night at the Kalinga Stadium in the folder of the forgettable. And this morning needs to be more Today seems to be an underlying demand to achieve both things in football, which we like watching, a football which wins, and Odisha Police versus Hans. And off we go here at the Capital Ground, and this is the first game of the three today, but it is also a sign on a road that points to the AFC Club, a championship in the future. It's not just about seeing that sign, and Shraddhanjali Samantara will know, it's about following it through. And it gets tougher when you are on that road. And tougher in football is better. And better breeds braver teams and bolder approaches. But this morning is about all of that and more. And football tends to remember history as fondly as the most immediate past than any other sport. And Odisha Police trying to make something happen from the left hand side. This was the number 3, Madhushmita Barik, with an early entry inside Hans area. And now the ball is back with Niharika, the left full back. And Hans lost to Setu Madurai 5-0 in their previous game at the Capital Ground here. And Odisha Police lost to SSB by 5-2. And that was a thrilling encounter. Mostly the first half, but the second half it was a bit even Stevens. And Namrata Kaur with the long kick. Shinilata Shahu, right back Shibani. Pressure applied upon her and almost won by Niharika, but play called back as the referee thinks it has crossed the line. The number 23, Anita, who will be partnering Lakshmi Verma. A slight change in formation from Hans, and going with a very basic and old school 4-4-2. This is Sonia Eka. Ball just running away from her. Beautiful ball played forward. Lakshmi Verma is chasing. She will look to keep it in play. She managing to do so. Heavy touch and allowing the number 11 to cut it off. And that was Sumitra, the skipper of Odisha Police. Taking no risks against the pacey Anita. She was bombing down the left channel. Breathing down the necks of Shahu and Sumitra. She will look to drag them out of position, drift into the channels and exploit the gaps in the middle. And that is going to be the game plan. This is the number 24 for Hans. Bhagwati Chauhan, the centre half, advancing into the Odisha Police area. And sometimes this can prove to be very, very risky in case there is a quick counter press applied by the opposition's team. A high chance of you getting caught out of position. And now with a flash of pace, threading it along the floor. There's a willing runner in the number 23. She rounds the keeper. Might be a perfect setup. And it is the opening goal for Hans. And a wonderful start. And Vani Kalucha, the youngest ever goal scorer in the history of Hero Indian Women's League. And at the age of 14. And she is going to remember this for a long, long time. She becomes part of history. And what a fine start for the youngster. Just her second beginning, a second start in the Hero Indian Women's League this season. In the starting 11, to be precise. And looking for a quick response. The Odisha Police cutting inside onto her left foot. Hits the wall, shouts of handball, and the referee waves away the protest. Wonderful pace in the game early on. A first time release, but towards nobody. We'll try and show you the goal again. A brilliant setup. The number 23 rounding the goalkeeper, Anita. Sets it up for Vani Kalucha. She goes past. The number 3, Madhushmita Barik, selling one dummy to her and tapping it into an empty net. Very wonderfully done. Supremely talented, this youngster. She's got the potential And one of the brightest prospects. Have got all the ingredients to make it big. Snatched away by Odisha Police in a very important area. As she tries to square it, the number 3. And only helps Niharika instead. And Niharika with smooth footwork. This is Jyoti. Rolls it down the line and chase for Anita. Getting there first is Shahu. A call is for the keeper, Rajeshwari Das. And not getting much distance on the clearance. And Hull 7 Football Club with a perfect start to this game. They also made a decent start against SSB in their season opener. Leading by 2-0 at one point of time during the first half. They will look to finish the season on a high. Probably try and get the first points on board. And meanwhile, a shot from distance. Straight to the keeper, Das. She's releasing it quickly for Barik. Barik has no space to turn because Vani Kalucha is all hot on the heels of the number 3 and forcing her to commit a mistake. This is Shruti, the right full back. And challenge from Sumitra. The system providing many different attacking options this morning, and that is one of the reasons why it is so popular. The 2 forwards at the top of the formation are often the focal point of the attack, and many coaches elect to have one big striker, a target forward, and a quicker player pairing up together. And now this has opened up brilliantly. Sonia Eka with a cross in, and straight to the keeper, Namrata Kaur. Odisha Police looking confident in attack, slightly shaky in defense. And they will look to cancel out that goal. Sharp turn. A couple of defenders in blue and white dropping off at the right time to arrest the situation. This is Shraddhanjali Samantare. Her team is trailing early on here at the Capital Ground. Still plenty of time remaining. Beautifully worked. There's a low cross. Perfectly placed. Sandhya Rani. That's cleaning up the danger for Hans. And due to the flexibility of the system, the midfielders and even the full backs are also free to join the attack. And with numbers in midfield and defense, the holes created by the player making an attacking run can often be filled with ease. And the 4-4-2 is aided on the defensive side by its clearly defined positions, and the back four can rely on their midfielders to pressure incoming attackers while marking players making runs into that area. And with only 2 forwards, the 4-4-2 can stack 8 men in a neat 4 columns stretching across the pitch. And this can be a tough nut to crack. And many younger players have grown up playing the 4-4-2 and help the defenders and midfielders. And they have a player closer by to assist in most situations. Shahu marshalling in defense. Well, a nice interception there. This might be risky. And the keeper had to come out in order to unsettle and unnerve Odisha Police's number 10, Shashmita. And Darshana, the head coach, is slightly frustrated, looking furious. And that was not very smart. from Bhagwati Chauhan. A risky back pass. A quick recovery from the goal scorer Vani. Jyoti Barrett tried to play it behind. Shinulata. This is Sumitra. Buys a throw in for her side. One more chance then. This time it's Anita. Anita with a clear chance, trying to check back onto her right foot. Making wrong choice in the end and could have finished it off first time. Just delaying a little too much on the ball and the chance was gone. Second goal was on the cards for Hans. The number 23. Just delaying there. A couple of gilt-edged chances already. The last game for Hans that they played, and against Setu Madurai. There was a brace from Devneta Roy and a solitary goal from Sandhya, Lavanya and Venlal Maui. They ensured that the Tamil Nadu side earned all 3 points from the game. Setu had a quick start to the game, with Devneta finding the net as soon as in the second minute when she curled home the ball from Sandhya's cross. And within the 16th minute, she doubled the lead for her side, making it a brace for herself, scoring from the same spot through Sandhya's cross. And after a win, Setu cemented the second spot after Gokulam with 31 points from 10 matches, 30 points to be precise. And both the teams with equal number of points, and Hans is the only team yet to open their account in the competition. Mata Rukmani is second last, only on 3 points, and they have defeated Hans by 3-2. And that is how unpredictable this Hero Indian Women's League is. Sometimes you can be taken by surprise with the pace of the local players. And now support arriving. Talking about the foreign contingents, only 4 of them this season in the Hero Indian Women's League. Wintan and El Shaddai of Gokulam, Ernestina Tete of Sirvatam Sports Club, and Elizabeth of Setu Madurai. We would love to see the number grow in coming years. But over the course of the season, we've seen lots of promising players coming through the Hero Indian Women's League. Manisha Kalyan and Apurna Narzari, Priyanka Devi, all of them have had a wonderful season. All 3 of them showing maturity and experience beyond their years. That is always welcoming. And that is the ultimate motive of this league. Suman heading Odisha Police in front against SSB in the previous game, and they started off wonderfully, especially the first 10 minutes. It was a breakneck start. Since then, they just took their foot off the pedal and allowed SSB to bounce back. This is a sensational ball, a tremendous run from the right, and now sets up for a shot on the edge of the area. Lochana Munda with the attempt. It's not on target, and goal kick for Hans Women Football Club. First quarter of an hour gone here at the Capital Ground. Some instructions for Jyoti from the manager. A long lecture from the head coach. This is Shraddhanjali Samantare is instructing her team to maintain the shape and be alert. It cannot afford to be complacent, cannot take any game for granted. Bhagwati Chauhan goes long, drops in the center circle, miscued attempt from the number 8. There was protection behind, lofting it forward. Only as far as the number 10, Shashmita. Now she can make something happen. She is looking good, surrounded by 3 blue shirts. Breaks inside the box and puts it out of the danger area. Midfield battle going on. Luciana Munda winning the battle. And the ball is still bobbing outside the area. Opting to go short, and a long shot from distance won't trouble Namrata Kaur much. And she goes again, this time spreading it out wide towards the left edge of the penalty area. A heavy touch from Madhu, and this is the cross, beautifully intercepted. Looking much more organized this morning, Hans, than their previous encounters. Well prepared for this. This is Lakshmi Verma. Quickly upon her was Sumitra. Excellent tracking back from the central defender. And the flag eventually goes up against Shashmita. She was slightly reluctant and then deciding that she's going to carry on with her run. The flag immediately going up against the number 10. And until and unless the referee blows the whistle, and that's the basic rule, that is what the coaches they teach. Keep chasing the ball until the referee blows the whistle. And all those basic stuffs when you join the academy as a young player. That is the through pass down the middle. I couldn't quite control it, Shashmita. And alert to the danger was the number 24, Bhagwati Chauhan. Leading by example this morning. Hasn't put a foot wrong so far. And this is trouble for Hans. Oh, such a nearly moment. And narrowly missing out. Shashmita. And Odisha police getting Closer and closer. Catching the keeper off guard. This is much better from Odisha Police, but the pass was in complete contrast with the one done before. Running into Sumitra. She stands in the way like a wall and using her strength there, the number 11. They saw the gap and slipping it through. Tad too much on the ball. And now Suman beautifully bringing it down. Another chance for Odisha Police this time. Excellent defending. Puts a foot out and gets the block in place. It's turning out to be an excellent battle here. And now accelerating from the left hand side, Anita. Looking to play it infield, but Shibani, the right full back, close to the danger. And the move continues for Hans before it goes out for a throw in. HIWL Indian Women's League is really a very bigger platform for the women in India to showcase their talent in front of the world, and it's a kind of developmental project for Odisha, as around 60 odd girls are playing against some of the top teams in the country, and this adds inspiration to the girls as well, as they are learning from the best in the country, which is very much required for the growth of Odisha football as well. Some of the players who are also playing in other clubs can get the experience and share with the younger ones, which is very helpful and inspirational as well. And there are some of the senior national team stars who are representing their states, such as Piyadi and Manisha Panna and Javamani Tudu. And both the coaches believe the players can learn a lot from them. And the players who participate here can vouch that they have a bright future ahead, as they are getting the opportunity to play with or against some very high quality players, and they believe that the players that have a high kind of talent and skill can be selected for the national team in the upcoming days. And Sports Odisha, they are in the top 5 with 17 points, and Odisha Police, they are 10th with 6. This is the last game of the season in the ongoing HIWL Indian Women's League campaign, and both the teams may be in different positions in the points table, but they don't feel likewise, and they feel they are both in the same team, and it's the same for the girls too, as they face each other only for 90 minutes, and the rest of the time they are together, and they consider themselves as one single unit. And free kick here for Odisha Police. Sumitra floating it towards the back post. Too much pace onto the ball. And no one in grey chasing it. And now it's been attacked by Sonia Eka. It was a difficult angle to keep it in play and execute it back into the danger area. Running out of space, and the ball was overhit by Sumitra. And there's the cross. A nervy moment for the goalkeeper, collecting it with confidence. Hans Women Football Club looks like a completely different team altogether this morning. Almost as if they are cut from a different piece of cloth. Getting under the skin of Odisha and looking to get into the stride, the team in grey. Slightly more proactive the last 10 minutes. This is the lofted pass in behind the Odisha Police defence, but no blue shirt is present. Possession just switching from one team to the other in the blink of an eye. No sustained pressure. And Odisha Police just trying to impose their attacking authority in the game. Lochana Munda sees the gap and tries to find the overlapping run of Madhushmita Barik. There's going to be a card out. An obstruction foul. Shruti, the right full back, is booked. The first booking of the game. Monica Jana immediately flashing out a yellow card. And free kick from a very, very scoring position. Just 22 yards out. And Madhushmita will look to curl one in from here on. In fact, it's the skipper Sumitra on top of this free kick. She will look to dispatch it straight into the back of the net. Sumitra takes it, a wonderful save. Just palms it behind for a corner. Namrata Kaur, excellent reflexes from the number 38. Wonderful stuff. A beautifully taken free kick as well from Sumitra. She went the right way. An excellent anticipation from Namrata Kaur. The danger is still lurking though, as the corner will be coming in. It's an outswing floater. Keeper slightly hesitant, as someone needs to get the shot away. In fact, it's a weak try and a goal kick for Hans. And finally they can breathe a sigh of relief. A heart in the mouth kind of a stuff inside the box. Beautifully just moving the ball round from left to right, just struggling to penetrate down the middle. A couple of through balls from central position, not finding the intended target. Lots of direct running as well from the Odisha Police attackers. So far the through passes just not finding its mark. Referee has blown the whistle for the hydration break. So at the half an hour mark here at the Capital Ground, it's Odisha Police 0, Hans Women Football Club 1. And thanks to that strike from Vani Kalucha, which is separating these two teams. And Darshana very, very vocal this morning in terms of barking out instructions, talking to her midfield contributor Ria. And that was the strike, rounding the keeper and putting it on a plate for Vani Kalucha. A sharp dribbling from the number 36, showing quick feet to Madhushmita Barik. It was perfectly executed. Look at that. Oh wow. Superb stuff from Vani Kalucha. Keeping her composure in front of goal at such a young age is remarkable. There is a certain palpable excitement about Vani Kalucha already. Many of the football pundits in an argument that she must have started much earlier for Hans, then the result would have been much more different. But better late than never. And now she is getting chance in the last 2 games and proving her worth. Still a long way to go for the youngster. It's all about building on to this momentum. It's all about gaining the experience. Welcome the positives and work on your drawbacks. Very calm and composed. A smile on her face. Just matching with the senior players. Rubbing shoulder with some of the top players of the country in women's football. It's never easy to put up such a performance, and this is almost a howler from Shraddhanjali, inviting the danger inside the box, and Karishma almost slipping in with a goal here for Odisha Police. These are the gaps that Hans needs to plug down. Vani Kalucha again, this time went off balance. Shahu. There's the physical presence of Lochana Munda. She can hold the ball. And looking for that quick release. Jyoti Barrett, the flag might go up against Vani Kalucha, and it has. And the counter attacks from deep was also a possibility. While playing in a 4-4-2, and that draws the opponent by dropping into a low block around the box. As soon as possession is regained, the forward passing and forward running can help a team to get beyond the 4-4-2. Both the teams just mirroring out each other this morning here. Ria spending some time on the ball and making a delightful choice. Lakshmi Verma slightly loose, allowing Madhushmita Barik to get the challenge in. Now Shruti. A misplaced pass. And now Suman. She will look to take on the number 28, Shraddhanjali. Sometimes the weight on the passes a tad too long, and sometimes just falling short than the intended mark. And most of the times the right back of Hans Shruti, she's caught out of position. That is bringing extra pressure on the Hans defense. You can see the deep line once again coming into play. Bhagwati Chauhan with the header away from goal. Ria not allowed to turn. That was done illegally according to the ref. He blows the whistle immediately. About regulation time of 7.5 minutes remaining in this half. A couple of good chances for the team in grey. And they had their moments to bounce back, but Namrata pulled off a couple of stunning saves, and one from Sumitra's free kick. That is going to be the highlight moment of the first half in terms of making saves. And a change is coming on for Odisha Police. It's going to be the number 27 who will be taken off, Sonia Eka, and comes on Kritika Kumari. In fact, it's Jaswani Samad who's come on, the striker. She started in the previous game against Setu Madurai. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how she approaches this game. Shruti onto the loose ball. And out of Jyoti's reach. Now Vani Kalucha. And that was high boot involved. And that's the kind of direct running you need at this level to carve out openings. Showing a lot of bravery, showing a lot of trickery. The youngster, very, very entertaining. She's got a lot of action in her in terms of football. Odisha Police, since conceding that goal, they are keeping the ball well, but struggling to find gaps, and once again it's taken away by Anita. This time a defender getting behind the ball, and the danger is averted. Sandhya Rani, Ria, and out-muscled by Madhushmita Barik. Another giveaway. Lots of giveaways in the middle of the park, just hampering the tempo of the game sometimes, and almost as if it seems we are just a step away from a goal. A couple of one-on-one situations, both the times Anita getting the better of Rajeshwari Das. The first time she found the target, and the second time defender stepping into the rescue. It will be kept in play wide on the far right into a crossing position is Lakshmi Verma. She is one-on-one with Sumitra. In comes the low cross, beautifully cut out by Sinulata. And she moves it out of danger very quickly, only as far as Ria. This is the number 35, Shruti. Takes a look up and delivers a low cross. And the clearance from the number 8, Shahu, bringing on a corner kick for Hans Women Football Club. Near the edge of the area, there's the layoff. She'll get another bite at the cherry, pulls it across the face of goal. Keeper getting plenty of a body behind the ball. Very safe goalkeeping from Das. Rajeshwari Das. In the previous game it was the other keeper, Sanjukta Tirke. She started. Rajeshwari Das started in that 1-0 loss against PIFA. This is Suman. He's scanning the environment and finding the right pass in Lochana Munda. This is much better from Hans. Selling couple of dummies. And the goalkeeper had to come a long way out. And now action on the other end. From the right hand side, she is on her bike. The number 14. And a deflection coming off a blue shirt for a corner kick. Up on her toes, Shraddhanjali Samantare. And the corner comes in. Ahead of a clearance. And the referee has a decision to make here. I think it's been given as a penalty kick. A penalty has been awarded to Odisha Police. Replay might clear doubts. Some incident inside the penalty area. And the referee, Monica Jana, having a word with her assistant, Suyata Palit. And yes, it is a penalty to Odisha Police. There was a hint of a handball inside the box. And Shibani, the right full back, to bring back Odisha Police into this game. She is up against Namrata Kaur. She is looking in superb form this morning. Can she save her team for the second time? It is a very big moment, a big test for the number 38. Shibani for 1-all, and she places it in. And just at the stroke of half time, Odisha Police back on level terms with 4 minutes of additional time. And that goal scored by Vani Kalucha is cancelled out by Odisha Police's right full back Shivani with a near perfect penalty kick. Just adding a bit too much spin on that shot. Beating the keeper Namrata Kaur. She did guess the right way. The ball was eventually out of her reach, and very little she could have done. Now Vani Kalucha. Throw in for Hans. Conceding the 49th goal of the season. There you go, side-footed attempt. A good height on it. And Namrata completely beaten. This is Suman getting involved into a foot race with Sandhya Rani. Rigid positions can lead to side being overrun by teams with flexible movements, and playing with two strikers means that this formation can be outnumbered in midfield, and one striker may be tasked with dropping into midfield to help this way can take the attacking threats. The central midfielders can be isolated and overloaded if the wingers do not recover into compact shapes. And Odisha Police just showing the desire to take the lead now. Goal kick to Hans. One more shooting chance. Just getting half a yard for herself. The shot was completely wayward. Not getting the right contact onto it. So this is going to be the last action of the first half then. The referee just checking her watch. And brings the first half to a close. As Odisha Police 1, Hans Women Football Club 1 on the side from Delhi. Taking the lead through Vani Kalucha. And that goal is cancelled out from the spot kick by Shibani. So at half time, both teams locked at 1-1 here at the Capital Ground. And the first half stats, 45-55, pretty close, the two teams in terms of ball possession. 11 shots taken by Odisha Police, 7 on target. A winning couple of corners, only one on the flip side by Hans. And apart from that, it has been a very quiet game in terms of attacking wise for Hans. Only one shot on target, but few close moments. Rounding the keeper, Neeta was getting involved, and these are the shots taken. Sonia with 3, Aarti with 2, Shashmita, Lochana, Shibani, Suman and Shinulata Shahu with 1 shots each in the first half for Odisha Police. Only 1 shot taken. That led to a goal. Vani Kalucha. The player on your screen. Only 2 fouls committed by Odisha Police, Sashmita Eka and Madhushmita Barik. On that list, the left back and the number 10, the striker. Only 3 fouls committed by Hans, 2 by Shruti and 1 by Ria. And now let's have a look at the first half highlights then. Match number 61 kicking off at the Capital Ground. The two teams looking to end their season on a high. This was the opening goal. Arti with a perfect setup for Vani Kalucha. And this is how it all started between these two teams. One placed 10th and the other at the bottom of the table. This was another try from distance. Straight to the keeper. Opened up for the number 23, but she could not get her shot away. Last ditch defending from Shivani. Very important touch. This was very, very close. The keeper was nowhere near her mark. Another cross from left. Easy collection. And Sumitra's free kick. This was a brilliant save. Had to stretch the number 38. Again getting the better of the keeper, but this time the number 14 stepping in. And the equalizer from Odisha Police from Shibani's spot kick. And this is how the first half ended, 1-1 between Odisha Police and Hans Women Football Club. And make sure you don't go anywhere. We will join you very soon.
C cheese.
Cheese.
C cheese.
I know.
C cheese.
Cheese. Don't come on.
Flash messes. Flash messes. Last time. Flash messes. Friends fries.
Oh, ego.
Friends
Best.
fries.
Best.
One more. Friends
Best.
fries.
समझ नहीं आ रहा है ऐसे
अरे मैं ऐसे बोल रही हूँ, मैं तो बोल रही थी। Friends fries. Dribble game.
Game.
Dribble
Super game. One last.
dribble game.
एक और please. गाना बंद हो गया.
Dribble game.
Dribble game. अरे इतना जोर से चिल्ला के बोल रहे हो तब भी तो कुछ.
Ice cream.
I swim.
You scream.
You swim.
We all scream for ice cream.
We all
Scream
swim.
for ice cream.
I swim.
I'm thinking.
I scream.
I swim.
You scream.
You swim.
We all.
We all
Scream.
swim.
Scream.
Kangaroo.
1 point.
Tungraba.
Okay. 5.
Oh,
1 out of 5. No, 1.
All on. All on.
Horn. Hot, hot.
हो गया ना?
तेरा खोलो.
लोई रे.
ए, 1.
हो गया जीरो तो यार लोई रे.
2 बारी बोला.
नहीं इतने.
यार ये फेयर नहीं है. मैं इस तुम्हारे टाइम में इतना जोर जोर से
ऐसे
बोला
मत
था.
बोल.
ए, बोलो.
पीछे देखो.
Hot horn.
नहीं. बोलना वो. Hot thought.
1, 1.
Thought thought.
Dog. Ông
Thought thought.
उनका
One chance. Thought thought.
thought are thought.
Correct.
ये thought are 1 फिर गैप लो फिर एक बोलो. ठीक है ऐसा साथ में बोल बताओ.
Super.
Super jam.
नहीं. Once more. Super
Super
set.
cam. I won. Super
Set. Time over. Done.
super.
Set.
मैं बोलना है तू बोला.
Lu agree. Time up. Peter Piper. Peter Piper.
Peter
Piper. Piper.
pamper. Peter
Piper.
Popper.
Peter Piper. Black background, brown background. Background, brown background.
कितना वर्ड है?
चार है.
कितना वर्ड?
चार.
4. एक पहले बोलो. एक पहले बोलो.
Black,
एक
black.
black. Sumber. Black.
Background. Yan na sila kan.
Black. Background.
Brown.
Brown.
Background.
नजदीक मत आओ ना. बोलो.
Background.
Black. Background. Brown. Background.
Correct.
Yeah! भी सुनाई नहीं देता है मेरे बस
नहीं, जोर से बोला है।
बैकग्राउंड में ब्राउन बोला है तो उसका मतलब बैकग्राउंड ही होगा पीछे ये मेरा गेस
चला रहा है
And welcome back to the live coverage of the Hero Indian Women's League. We are live from the Capital Ground on Eurosport and also on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team. As both the teams are locked at 1-1 during the break, and Hans getting a couple of changes ready. We'll come back to that. It's been a wonderful performance, especially the opening 25-30 minutes from Hans. But Odisha Police kept the ball well, seeing plenty of the ball during the first 45 minutes, moving it around from right to left. A good combination play by the team in grey. Went a couple of times pretty closer, and Namrata also pulling off a stunning save from Sumitra's free kick, but it was Shivani's strike from spot kick, bringing them back into this game. And the second half just kick started here, where the team in grey will be operating from the left to right of your screen. And straight away on the attack is the number 14 with a flash of pace. There's the cross and she hangs it up at the back post. And the support arrives. Laid back. It's a high ball and clean collection from Namrata Kaur. This was the cross. Just too much pace on it. There's the sharp turn. A great ball over the top. And now Samad into the box, taking time on the ball and delivering a beautiful cross. This is from the left now. She will get another bite at it. Her defenders quickly converging onto her. And now sorting her feet out. This is a low shot. Straight to Namrata. Now 45 minutes of reckoning for Odisha Police if they want to keep the hopes for a top 9 finish alive. It is imperative for them to pick full 3 points, which is going to be their third victory of the season. They only have 2 so far. Defeated Mata Rukmani by 1-0. That was the second game after a landslide defeat into the hands of Gokulam Kerala in the season's opener. That was 12-0. Cross from the right. This might be the second one off the bar. Still bobbing around. And the second shot from Anita also goes wide. And can you believe it? What is happening here at the Capital Ground? That was a wonderful chance for Jyoti. Clattering off the woodwork. Anita just couldn't keep it on target. Now Jyoti again. There's the cutback. Now Jyoti Barrett in corner duties for Hans. She's got a mean right foot. Can be a very handy player with the set pieces. In comes the delivery, slight in-swing floater. Flicked away by Lochana Munda. And there she is. Number 25, an interesting run from her, standing her ground very well, Sumitra. And after conceding that goal, now they're coming out of their shell. They're trying to be proactive, making those runs into the channel. It's not kick and rush from Hans. This morning a clear pattern is emerging. Jyoti Barrett, slightly lower trajectory towards the near post, and there was the chance for Anita. Completely missing it. A wicket deflection falls kindly for Anita again. A second time unlucky, the number 23. And now arranging it for Bhagwati Chauhan, taking the aerial route, no pace on the ball. Takes a deflection of Vani. Getting numbers behind the ball. And Odisha Police. Kalucha again, this time losing out to the number 28. Sandhya Rani Chanu Jharna Malik is the change I was talking about for Odisha Police. She's come on in the second half. A very soft penalty conceded by Hunts late in the first half in added time. A slight lapse of concentration. Challenges got to be made with a lot of care inside the 18-yard box. Otherwise, this can happen. And now this might be the chance once again for the number 34. She pulls it around the face of goal. A couple of gilt-edged chances. First 7 minutes into the second half. They are looking very, very threatening and confident, Hunts. This was Muskan Khan this time. She couldn't hit the target. It is Samad and on to Karishma. Arranging things in midfield in a slightly deeper role is Suman this morning. We saw her advancing further forward against SSB. It was their porous defense. And so a corner then for Odisha Police. I need to get the marking right. Hunts. They've got plenty of heights inside the box available. The team in grey. A corner comes in towards the near post. Deflection. And out for a goal kick this time. No joy from this particular corner. The player is lying down injured. Karishma. Looks like a toe injury. She needs medical treatment. And ahead of the showdown, the head coach Odisha Police, Shraddhanjali, expressed her views on her side's performance throughout the season. Excellent turn and pass Vani Kalucha applying pressure on Shahu. She's been the standout performer in this game. Ria. Vani into space. The head coach of Hans, Darshana, she mentioned that this is their last chance to prove their strength and test their tactical. This is the one-on-one chance. Anita finally, she can hamper the score line, and what a save from Das. She stuck an arm out the last minute and denying the number 23, keeping her at bay. And what a moment for Hans. She's had 4 goal-scoring chances, clear-cut chances, to be precise. This was the easiest among the lot. The only problem, she took just a half a second too long on the ball, and in that split second the chance was gone, allowing the defender to track back. Taking no credit away from Rajeshwari Das. That was equally a stunning save. Stung an arm out from such a close range, never easy. Both the goalkeepers putting up a decent show here at the Capital Ground. Chauhan with the free kick. Lochana Munda dropping into that back 4, allowing the number 3 to push her forward. An excellent shoulder to shoulder from Chauhan. She was up against Shashmita. Intriguing battle going on. Hans just focusing on playing organized football, and they aim at being more effective on their attacking transitions. And they want all the players to play and enjoy the last game of the season. In addition, Darsana also mentioned it's been a great journey so far with lots of learning, and the game's talked for itself in terms of the team's growth and development. And the league pattern gave the young talents a huge platform to showcase their abilities.
Substitution for Odisha, please. Jersey number 9 in, 10 out.
And now running through the inside channel, Jharna Malik. Shashmita Eka makes way for Sarojini Tirke then. And this is the change. The number 9 very, very clinical in front of goal. And Odisha Police will be hoping that while she comes on, she can affect the game in terms of scoring goals. And she comes with her scoring boots on. A perfect block. And a counter could be on here for Hans. This is wonderful. Flag went up. Lakshmi Verma is offside. A beautifully weighted pass. Just playing off the shoulder of the last player in defense. Verma just had to time her run to perfection. Call is for the keeper and she grabs hold of it. Side-footed release. You can see how high Madhushmita Barik is operating. A tactical ploy from Shraddhanjali Samantare. Just asking Lochana Munda to drop deep and giving freedom to her team's left full back to join attack. Just a bit experimenting with her side, and it is a perfect game of the season to do so. Suman, well seen there, applying a lot of strength. A cross is deflected in, and the keeper was very alert, aware of her surroundings. Namrata Kaur getting an incredible distance on the goal kick, selling one dummy. Jharna Malik, Jharna Malik's ball down the right. It's a low cross towards the back post, goes all the way across. And just a defining touch would have done the trick here for Odisha Police. And Sarojini Tirke was on point to give Odisha Police the much needed lead in this game. She needs more of that, certainly. Sumitra's corner. Under pressure is Namrata. A slight misjudgment from the number 38, but inside the 6-yard box, as they say, is the keeper's zone. And even the slightest of touches will draw a foul, draw a decision in the keeper's favor. And that is exactly what has happened here. A slight injury on her lower back, awkward landing. That's the magical spray. She's getting treated. And this was the incident. Stepping past the challenges, Ria. Ria keeps going. This is Jyoti Barrett. A wonderful covering from Shahu. Clearing the lines for Odisha Police. A throw in for Hans. Vani under pressure from behind, and she is dispossessed. A couple of dark shirts. Ria's cross from deep. It's a low one. Easily dealt with by the Odisha Police defense. Excellent scoop. Just ahead of Bhagwati Chauhan. And easy pickings for the number 24. Now the game has changed drastically in the second half in Hans's favour. And Odisha Police slightly driven backwards, trying to get on the front foot. And no conviction in the goal kick. There's the high interception from Suman. A beautiful layoff. And she might go all the way here. Sarojini Tirke comes off the bar. Still a chance for an Odisha Police finally. Breaks the deadlock. The number 16, Karishma Odam, with the goal. Sarojini Tirke's shot coming off the bar. And falls kindly on the follow through for the number 16, and she makes no mistake. And all those hard work, all those fight put up by Hans comes down via just one glaring mistake. And this was a shot from Sarojini, opting to go for placement, a post in the way. But the number 16 says thank you very much and places it in, Karishma Oram. And so it's 2-1 in favour of Odisha Police with about 20 minutes of regulation time remaining. A searching ball in no man's land, and it's a goal kick for Hans. A complete turnaround. And Hans conceding this against the run of play. This was the goal number 50 conceded by them in this competition in 10 and a half matches. Still 20 minutes of their campaign remaining. And Odisha Police have scored 9 goals so far. They've conceded 36. One more chance then for Hans. And getting the shot away. It was a weak one from Samad. A heavy touch. Fails to recover. Jyoti. Given away to Shibani. Samad. One way then the other. Samad through the legs of Shraddhanjali. Cut out by Suman. There's the setup for Tirke. Tirke again giving a tough time to Shruti. And just steps across to narrow the path. Chanu. It's been a wonderful effort from the All India Football Federation. And despite all the odds in making sure the Hero Indian Women's League's 5th edition happens. There was a COVID threat at one point of time, but the Odisha government as well providing infrastructural aids to all the participating teams, working in culmination with the All India Football Federation in taking the Indian football forward together. And not just to women's football, we saw Kerala organize the Santosh Trophy And it was a grand success. And the IFA organizing the Hero I League for the last couple of seasons quite successfully. And Gokulam Kerala, Kolkata proving to be a happy hunting ground for them. They've lifted the Durand Cup and the I League title twice now in Bengal. And just 300 kilometers away from Bengal, the Gokulam Kerala women's team will look to do the same. An example set up by the men's team, it will be carried forward and followed by the women's. Shinulata Sahu receiving treatment. A referee just asking to carry her out so that she can progress with the game. Looks to be in a lot of agony, Shahu. Oh, that was a challenge, very, very nasty. Very lucky to get away with the card. Last a quarter of an hour left and the head coach is giving in the last minute instructions. Shraddhanjali Samantare, she's on the driver's seat. She must have said the right things during the break. Now let's have a look. That strike from the number 16. Karishma Oram, Sarojini Tirke's shot coming off the bar and then sealing the deal here, the number 16. A great ball over the top. A cut opens the Hunts Women FC defense. And it was like a gift for Karishma. It also took a deflection of Namrata Kaur in the way. And that could well have been saved. And not a great location of delivery as well. The second hydration break of the day. Another game coming up at 3:30 p.m. when ARA Football Club will be taking on Sirvadam Sports Club, the side from Goa. And that is going to be quite interesting. And Goa, once a powerhouse of Indian football, are now looking to revive their glorious past. And Tempo Sports Club in the 20th century was one of the most successful clubs in India. 5-time I-League champions. Most by any team back then. Later on, Mohan Bagan equaling the record back in 2019. Now a club which Tempo Sports Club, Sporting Club, the Goa and Salgaonkar all went defunct from the mainstream of Indian football but they applies their tread in the Goa Pro League. The number 34 comes on. Muskan Khan in for Niharika Rana. An attacking change from Darshana. And now she will look to take some risk in the last 12 minutes. Got nothing to lose here, there's no relegation. Here's Barik. Taken away from Suman by Lakshmi Verma. Anita couldn't get there, but Samad can. This is more like it from Hans. The players on rushing inside the 18-yard box. She went on her own and blazing it over from an acute angle. Muskan Khan, ambitious attempt. There was a couple of blue shirts steaming into the box. Regulation time of last 10 minutes then. It's still a very pretty close game, and Huns are very much into this. Sumitra just making that interception before it could go to Jyoti. Shruti really working hard down the right, protecting and covering her centre backs. And now one of them stepping across. Sandhya Rani stood sturdy over there, the number 28. This is Lakshmi Verma. Sumitra got a yard's advantage. He guides it towards the keeper. Beautifully seeping that gap close. A few touches from the team in blue. Not at all satisfactory. Lacking in perfection, in ball control. And apart from Vani, she's been the only player technically gifted. That particular effort was one to forget for Lochana Munda.
Coming up for Hans.
Not the greatest of the touches. Had to put it out. She had no other options and not taking any kind of risks. Shraddhanjali Samantare. on top of her voice. And the number 16, Anushka Dasmana, will be coming on for Hans. This is a wonderful cross. Going for shoulder to shoulder. Suman comes out on top. Anita, she's been replaced by Anushka. Let's see how that move works for Hans. They can draw a lot of courage from their display this morning, Hans. It's never easy playing against the local side. They have shown some fighting spirit here. Excellent shape on the cross. And miscued clearance. Some confusion inside the box and might open up for Sarojini Tirke. Shot is blocked. The vital moment. That would have been the game set match for Odisha Police. And curtains for Hans. Vani. So comfortable on the ball, the youngster. Verma. There's a lot of space for Samad to operate. She's tracked by Jyoti, the number 11. Plays on the left hand side in Hans' midfield. As we approach the closing embers of the game, Shibani bringing Odisha Police back into the game from her spot kick. There's the ball in. Keeper took the bounce and took it comfortably. There was a player making a run across her as well. And the ball rolled into space for Jyoti to run into. Jyoti with the first time ball. Beautifully met by Rajeshwari Das. She had to slide out. Sumitra was also involved. And now providing options, Samad. Sandhya Rani. And now on the run is the number 16. She's hustled off the ball. Karishma Oram, a scorer of that decisive goal for Odisha Police. And all those 50-50 battles in the middle of the park, drawing a lot of interest among the viewers. Over the defense line, Jyoti Barrett. Jyoti Barrett, she is through on goal from the right and draws a wonderful save of Das. She had that near post protected. Another wave coming in. Not done yet. Hans desperate for an equalizer here. Pushing up his Jyoti, spreading it out wide. Pulls it back. This is the number 36. And a couple of minutes of regulation time left. And Bhagwati Chauhan can spring on a counter. Odisha Police. An excellent dropping back. Committing herself early. And now bearing down on goal. A first time crosses in the off-forward, and it comes, and Jyoti Barrett makes it 2-all. And picture perfect from Hans Women Football Club. And once again, those gaps in Odisha Police defense are very much visible. And all those three grey shirts very parallel. Entering the 6-yard box and beautifully drilling it into the bottom corner. Jyoti Barrett. It's 2-all here. And are we in for a grandstand finish? One more time. Here come Hans. Flag stays down. They're exploiting those gaps behind the defenders. Got to look towards the right. Jyoti Barrett in the middle. Tries to go on her outside, Muskan Khan. A challenge from Jharna Malik. And this time with her left foot. And stepping forward, Bhagwati Chauhan. Quickly closed down. Jyoti Barrett. Excellent shielding. This is truly sensational from Hans. The keeper getting the ball in second time of asking. A clash between her and the number 9, Jyoti Barrett. And the number 9 did get a touch on it, but the angle was very, very narrow. And all those long balls creating a lot of issues for Odisha Police, given the fact they've not been able to defend them quite confidently. Additional time of 5 minutes. Beats her man for pace. Samad with the cross into the side netting. Got to get these things right. These are really very crucial moments in the dying stages. And Muskan losing out to the number 8, Shahu. Taking away from Bhagwati, the number 16, showing quick feet. And now stepping in Barik. Touch was not quite satisfactory. Talk about that for a pass. Jyoti Barrett, keeper is nowhere near, and it has crossed the line and nestled into the bottom corner. An injury time winner from Hans. What a game we've had so far at the Capital Ground this morning. Setting the tempo. And Jyoti Barrett with the outside of a boot. A judgment error from the goalkeeper. And Jyoti Barrett with a brace here. With about 2.5 odd minutes remaining on the clock. It's going to be a change in goalkeeper. And so Hans Women Football Club, they are on the brink of a famous win here took the lead, went down 2-1. Would have shown remarkable character, remarkable desire, passion and perseverance, and bounced right back. It's still not over yet. Still a couple of minutes remaining. And now on the prowl is the number 25 as Hans pour forward. Beautiful nutmeg. And now a chance for an equalizer. Samad, the angle beautifully covered by the defender. Needs a lot of guts to do that, especially at this moment of time. Just not getting it out of her feet quickly enough. About last 40 seconds remaining. Samad should have taken that chance. That is something which might be ringing around in the back of her mind. So time ticking away for Odisha Police, the home team. Another nearly moment. Keeper is nowhere near. An open net and hits the woodwork. That would have been a perfect ending to this thrilling encounter. Takes a deflection and then off the post. And out for a corner. And last chance of this game for Odisha Police. This is the 5th corner of this game. Can they get an equalizer from here? Shahu delivers. It's too high. A shooting opportunity for Lochana Munda. And then breaks for the number 11. It's a powerful shot. But it's gone wide and that's the full-time whistle. From today's referee Monica Jana. And finally victory for Hans Women Football Club on the last game of the season. It will be a quite memorable one for the side from Delhi. A goal from Vani and a wonderful brace from Jyoti. It is a remarkable result, and finally they open their account and end their campaign with 3 points from 11 games, and this is the 9th loss for Odisha Police, and they remain 10th with 6 points. So both the teams, Mata Rukmani and Hans, with 3 points each, and Mata Rukmani still have a game in hand. A chance for them to go on level with Odisha Police. And there she is, today's hero of the match, for scoring those 2 decisive goals. And Jyoti Barrett, the skipper of Hans. Just stealing the limelight in the second half after Vani's brilliant performance in the first. And she is awarded a check of 5,000 rupees powered by Hero Motorcorp Limited. These are the match stats. 60-40 in ball possession, 17 shots from Odisha Police, 10 on target. Hunts having 5 on target and converting 3 of them. Hunts committing 4 fouls as well. Total 7 corners won in this game. 5 by Odisha Police and 2 by Hunts. These are the 17 shots taken by Odisha Police in this game. Sonia Eka with 3, Sarojini with 3. Aarti with 2, Shahu with 2, Shashmita Shibani Mundari and Lochana Munda with 1 shots each. And now let's have a look at the shots taken by Hunts in this game. They've just taken 5 shots and 8 in total. 5 of them were kept in target. Jyoti Barrett with 2, 100% striking rate, converted both of them. Anita with 2, Anushka with 1, Vani with 1, that was her strike from close range. Muskan Khan and Lakshmi Verma ending with 1 shots each. And now let's have a look at the fouls committed by Odisha Police in this game. Only 3, Shashmita Eka with 2, and the left back Madhushmita Barik with 1. And now over to the away team, Hunts Women Football Club. Let's have a look at the fouls committed by them in this game. Only 4, Shruti with 2, Jyoti with 1, and Ria with 1 as well. It's been a nail-biting of an encounter. Let's have a look at the goals. And this was the opening one. Anita with the assist for the number 36, Vani. This is how the youngster giving her side the lead, which was cancelled out by Shivani's strike from spot kick, and it ended 1-1 in the first half. And against the run of play, Odisha Police taking the lead, justifying her inclusion. Sarojini Tirke shot coming off the woodwork, and then it was placed in by the number 16, Karishma Oram, giving Odisha Police the lead for the very first time in the game. And here comes the equalizer. A geometric progression. And the moment it left her feet, it has the address of goal written on it, and placing the letter in the right address with the number 9, Jyoti Barrett. And then with the third one, the final nail in the Odisha Police's coffin. And so the full-time scoreline from the Capital Ground is Odisha Police 2, Hunts Women Football Club 3. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will be back soon with the last game of the day. Goodbye for now.